Hello people, this is Power here to review the Ultraman Trigger DX Guts Hyper Key Premium, the 3 Dark Giants of Darkness set. So yeah, to coincide with the release of... No, I think this one released after... For some reason, they got announced at the same time, but I don't think they actually did get released at the same time, which was weird. Anyways, to coincide with the release of the Trigger Premium set, the 3 Giants of Darkness, the antagonists of Trigger, also gained a set. Again, I assume that's supposed to be the name. I'll have the correct name within the title. I don't remember the name on the top of my head, because obviously I know this is set, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like... Again, there's a 3, so it's like, I assume it's just called the 3 Giants of Darkness set. Anyways, here's the Trigger logo. Top, bottom, here's Carmilla. And then obviously in traditional fashion, we do have a slipcase. This one, however, is really interesting, as you have the 3 keys here. And we have a really nice art piece from the monster designer of Trigger, / the monster designer for several Rider series. I want to call him Shogu Muto. I don't think that's it though. But he's a prolific Rider monster designer, because as he notably has done, I think, the Greeds and another Riders. So really neat that they went with this for the box design. It sucks that he's not really credited here, but they, you know, if you want the full art piece, I think it's up on his Twitter and such. So checking the inside is just simply another nice art piece. So here we have the 3 keys out, and I forgot to state this is not the first set of 3 that we've gotten within the premium line, but it technically is, because the Tiga set doesn't count, and also because that set's the odd one, because that one technically... Basically, this is the first set of keys to be exactly only 3 keys, and not like the Tiga set where there's a slot for multi-type. Anyways, as you know, these are kaiju keys, so they're definitely different though. Just obviously besides like the obvious color in the middle, which I really do like. This one is B031 and then M-33. So here's Carmilla. Obviously you're going to tell the background stained glass color is not the same. Yeah, but this is really interesting because I just realized the body's actually now translucent, as opposed to, if I can actually pull... Oh... Nope, that was close. If we were to compare with Final Odyssey Carmilla, well, first of all, there's a clear difference, but you can definitely tell the body now is a translucent black instead of just a traditional black plastic. Because now, I think it's because they replaced, because obviously this section used to be translucent, but because that's replaced with the core color of that kaiju giant, the body's now translucent, which is pretty interesting. So, activating, or a hyper key mode. So these keys are interesting because they're kind of similar to the Ultra Brothers, but not really. Because their sound mode is basically their phrase mode. It's just that they didn't make it a separate mode, interestingly. So I don't like, they surprisingly have a lot of phrases, so we will go through it. 'I basically should have just said the sound mode here is basically phrase mode. And obviously I should mention that at least each of these keys will contain one of the 4 main characters. So here it's just Kengo, but then Akiko, Yuna, and Ignis are also present within these keys. I think that's the last sound? Yeah. And because of the fact I mentioned the Ultra Brothers set, is that because you hold it down a 3rd time? The return of the Ultra Monster mode. So obviously all of these comprise of the kaijus that appeared in Trigger, including themselves. Even though I know who some of these kaijus are, I'm not going to be able to name them off. Moving on, here we have Dargon. As you can see, the same translucent black with the nice red center as the secondary. This one is B036, and Dargon is M-34. I think it's Dargon. I don't think it's Dargon. Are you it? Yeah, so I didn't do this in the demo because I didn't think it was necessary, but here's the original. So the sound structure is the exact same. Sorry.
言ってんだよ。いいだろう。公敵士として認めてやろう。生きとし生ける者は恋を重ねて強くなる。その強さとはすなわち誰かを守りたいという強き心。決して侮るなかれ。強き心を持つ弱き人間たちを。ユナ、我はお前に人間に惹かれているのだ。非力な人間が仲間を守りたいという強き心によって我が合力をも圧倒してみせる。その強さは我ら闇の一族にはないものだ。我はそんな人間の強さに惹かれている。我に強さや絆を教えてくれたのはユナ、そして人間の公敵士、お前たちだ。だったらもっと人間のことを知ったらどうだ。みんなが笑顔になれる未来のために今度は仲間として一緒に戦おう。ダーゴン、私からもお願い。こんな我でも仲間にしてくれるというのか。その前に悔いのないよう3000万年前からのけじめをつけさせてほしい。かつての同志トリガー、お前に決闘を申し込む。我が最後の願いさえも踏みにするというのか。カルラどれだ。そして強き人間たちよ、我をカルミラに操られた我を止めるのだ。我の誇りのために本当の強さを教えてくれたユナを我が合力で傷つけないために。俺もお前と同じだ。ユナを守る。我が願い叶えてくれるか。我が公敵士、マイフレンド。何がマイフレンドだ。
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Ultra Monsters.
There's Space Avenger or Savenger. One of them had to be Dada, right? And Trigger Dark. I'm pretty sure this one has the most phrases, but then again, I could be wrong. I don't want to take out the instructions. Here we have Hudrum. I really like this one, just obviously because I like blue. B032. This one definitely, I think the colors definitely do make it look like this is solid black, but overall, again, I just really like it overall. M-35. Obviously, these two are, I always say these two are the most different. But I think this is a decent upgrade. Update. Start. It's really interesting that Hudrum's the only one to actually have a key essentially of the characters interacting. The other two don't. Obviously, if you really want to see all these uninterrupted, watch the demo within the next week.
目が熱くなります。黙れ。最後は私が美味しくいただいてしまいましたけれどね。
Sorry.
人付き合いというのも考え物ですね。100年の執念すらも鈍らせてしまう。頑張れイグニス。負けるなカテイグニス。お友達を声援で強くなる。ざけんじゃねえよ。一緒にやった時のような気持ちになるのはもうごめんだ。俺は二度と仲間を傷つけさせない。じゃあな、ヒュドラム。お前のおかげで俺はもう一つの極上に出会えた。絶対に許さねえぞ。苦しそうだね。今楽にしてあげるよ。こんなところだ。
I know they all have their death sounds, but I just find it funny. Like, basically for a second, this becomes another Ignis key.
Ultra monsters.
Last round. So yeah, that should do with these 3 keys individually. Let's use them in the G.U.T.S Sparklence. There we go with Carmilla. Obviously there's only the one mode. The Henshin mode. Come on. Come on. So this one's a modification of the original Carmilla, because obviously it's specifically the Carmilla whip instead of just whip. And hopefully this one does the correct, it's read correctly and not like the demo. So obviously we get the traditional kaiju standby with the voice of the giant. Obviously you press it. Yeah, so they don't have the same kaiju summoning as the others. But as you can tell, she's white. So she's the same one as Ouroboros? Yeah. Which, yeah, it's definitely weird, because I don't remember all the kaiju tracks, the blank kaiju tracks, but it would have been at least nice if they treated it like the Ultraman and just have it coordinate, like, each color, essentially, but oh well. So, Carmilla actually has a lot we have to go through, so we'll try to go through it. So obviously instead of like a grunt, it's just a phrase and then like an attack. I'm pretty sure that is the last sound for this. Yeah. So Carmilla has 3 modes within the G.U.T.S Sparklence, and to change that, you just simply hold the button down. So, I don't know what this kaiju is called. It's the first form of it. Again, to get the last mode, or the third mode, just hold the button down. And then this is the last set of sounds. And then hold it down. And we're back to the first mode. So it's basically just Carmilla cursing Kengo. Sparklence mode. We're gonna do this once. Because it's just, they're all the same. And it read it again as an Ultraman. Dargon. Come on. The battery's gonna die. Hold on. This one's oddly quiet. Cool. So Dargon, so his is like the opposite of Carmilla because he does technically have 2 modes, but they're all in the same like singular like line? No. What are some coding terms? They're in the same like function? No. They're in like a linear line for some reason. I don't think they need. They should have just done what they did with this one and separate it. You will be able to tell. And this one's new. At least it's red. think cycle is the word I wanted to go for. But I hope you know what I mean by how I kind of would have preferred that was just 2 separate modes instead of going through the same thing over again. Because I personally don't know what that second half is supposed to be. I don't know if it's him powered up. I thought it was him being possessed by Carmilla's power, but it's not. Last but not least, sounds like, well, I mean, you can hear the huge ram, but like it just sounds like huge giraffe. Well, I mean, that one sounds like huge giraffe. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Orange? You gotta be kidding me. Orange? Right. Here we'll do the Sparklence mode. There. Even though this is not the right shade of blue, it's at least a shade of blue because it's the same track as Zygorg. So I think Hudrum is like actually the shortest. And that's it. Again, Dargon and Hudrum do not have secondary modes, even though this one should have. Obviously, if you want to see the black Sparklence or the ancient Sparklence, watch the demo. Multi-sword. Is that supposed to be Fire Beat? Da 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 da. Anyways, again, the camera can die at any minute, but anyways, my thoughts on this set overall is that obviously if you are a big fan of these characters in particular, then I will say go for it, as the lights struggle trying to actually give these lights. I apologize about that. I think it's just because of how black they are, but you know, because doing that is bad. Jeez. I hope color correction can fix it, but it's just only gonna make it bluer. I do think these keys are neat overall, just because, you know, more DX Kaiju keys is always nice, even though these two are pre-existing tracks, and this one being the only new one, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't really have anything against this set, just because, I mean, I don't watch the show, so what can I say? I can definitely say, like, obviously, again, you would only want to get this if you really like the characters. Like, again, I know that Dargon is a favorite towards everyone. Carmilla for obvious reasons. Hudrum, yeah, people hate him for a good reason too. I don't have much. Like, I think this set luckily is cheap. I think it's about $50 in the aftermarket. And I do think for a set just to comprise of DX kaiju keys is really neat. And again, if you aren't even, like, if you just want to get, like, I guess if you really want to get kaiju keys but don't want to get them all, I guess go for the DX ones. Especially if you have the black Sparklence. Which I know I probably, like, I didn't use that just because I didn't, just because obviously the connections aren't really there. But, I know I probably should have put, oh well. I don't know, I just don't have much for this set. Like, you know, just because, like, I'll say that's a good thing that this one doesn't do as much, because it is kind of nice to see a set like this not do as much, because then it's a lot easier on me to cover. But at the same time, though, I can definitely see that as like a skipping point, because if this did have like BGM tracks, then yeah, I can definitely see people like clamoring for that. But just because this has the Ultra Monster mode, obviously that's not as enticing as Henshin mode. Even though I really did not think these ones needed it, it is still weird that, like, you have to press it to your, like, like, I don't get why for this set they, like, I get it for consistency, but it's just like, it's not even present in the sound mode. That to do with this review, I don't know what I'm doing. This is Power LV, people. I need to charge the battery, move the footage, and move on to the next 4 videos.